Homeless girl asked for a ride. The driver couldn't believe how she repaid him. The fog curled like ghostly fingers over the slick highway, wrapping the world in a cold, haunting mist. Jack Carter's red semi-truck cut through the gloom, its headlights slicing narrow tunnels of light through the darkness. He squinted through the rain-streaked windshield, the wipers thumping in a steady rhythm. Another long haul, another night of stale coffee and silence. Then he saw her at tea first. She was just a blur in the shadows by the roadside. Jack eased off the gas, heart tightening. As the truck rumbled closer, the figure took shape. A young woman, early 20s maybe, dressed in a soaked and tattered white wedding gown. Barefoot, trembling, arms wrapped around herself, her long black hair dripping across her bruised face like curtains of sorrow. She looked like she had stepped out of a tragedy. Jack's instincts screamed caution. You hear stories, setups, scams, worse. But something in her posture, defeated, vulnerable, empty, reached into his chest and squeezed. Thought he pulled over. The truck hissed to a stop on the wet shoulder. The girl didn't move, didn't wave, didn't even look up. Jack climbed down from the cab and approached slowly, palms raised. "Hey, you okay, miss?" he asked gently. She flinched but didn't flee. Up close, her condition hit him like a punch. Sunken cheeks, cracked lips, tiny cuts along her arms and legs. A wilted flower clung to her hair like a ghost of joy. "Do you need help?" She looked up, eyes wide, hollow, shattered. She tried to speak, but no sound came out. She just nodded slowly, like someone ashamed to exist. Without another word, Jack shrugged off his heavy flannel jacket and wrapped it around her shoulders. She clung to it like a drowning soul clings to driftwood. "Come on, ride with me. Let's get you warm." He helped her into the cab, tucked blankets around her, handed her water and crackers. She devoured them like someone who hadn't eaten in days. For miles, they drove in silence. The kind that doesn't ask questions, the kind that understands pain. Tea wasn't until they passed a small gas station that she finally whispered, "My name's Isabella." Jack glanced at her. "Nice to meet you, Isabella." "I'm Jack." She nodded, tried to smile, failed. Jack didn't press. But a moment later, she spoke again. "I was supposed to get married today." His hands tightened on the steering wheel. "He left me at the altar," she said, her voice breaking. "Told everyone I wasn't good enough. Said marrying me was a mistake." Jack's gut twisted. "But that wasn't the worst part," she continued. He and his friends, they laughed. Made bets on how long I'd last before crawling back. Jack felt sick, so I ran. Out of the church, across the fields, down the road. I didn't stop until I couldn't feel my feet. "You didn't deserve that," Jack said firmly. She stared blankly out the window. "Maybe I did. Maybe I'm just broken." Jack pulled into a rest stop. A small diner glowed in the fog, warm and welcoming. "No," he said. "You're not broken. You're bruised. There's a difference." She blinked, startled. A flicker of disbelief passed across her face. "Let's get you some pancakes and hot chocolate." My treat. A single tear slid down her cheek, but it wasn't sorrow this time. It was something else. The start of thawing inside the diner, heads turned. A trucker and a barefoot girl in a torn wedding gown, an unusual sight. Jack ignored the stares and led her to a booth by the window. He ordered 2 big breakfasts, extra syrup. Isabella hesitated, as if unsure she had the right to sit there. To eat. To exist. Jack picked up his fork and dug in like it was the most normal thing in the world. Slowly, Isabella followed. Bite by bite, a weight began to lift. Jack didn't ask questions. He just let her be. For the first time in who knew how long, Isabella wasn't running, wasn't apologizing, wasn't proving anything. She was simply there, safe, seen, alive. After they ate, Jack leaned back and asked gently, "You got somewhere to go?" She shook her head. "No family. Nowhere to turn." "You do now," he said quietly. Her eyes snapped up, stunned. "I'm just a truck driver," he shrugged. "But I know a good person when I see one. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. Just don't give up. Not yet." A faint smile ghosted across her lips. Fragile, beautiful, Jack didn't push. He left her space. That night, she slept in the sleeper bed behind his seat, wrapped in blankets, her breathing deep and even. Jack leaned his forehead against the window and whispered a prayer he hadn't said since childhood. Please give her a second chance. The weeks that followed, Jack made calls, pulled favors. Old friends came through, a mechanic in Amarillo, a pastor's wife in Kansas City, a diner owner in Tulsa. A quiet net was stitched beneath Isabella. She got a place to stay. Clean clothes. A job washing dishes. She showed up every day. Head high. Shoulders squared. And Jack always came by. Always left a tip. Always left hope. "You're tougher than most men I know," he'd say, and she'd smile. "You're the first person who didn't treat me like trash." She earned her GED, took night classes, volunteered at the shelter. Slowly, steadily, the girl in the ruined wedding gown became someone new, and she never forgot. Every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every random Tuesday when Jack's rig rolled into town, there was a plate waiting for him, a scarf she'd knitted, a new thermos for his coffee. But what she was building wasn't about repayment. She was rebuilding herself. 2 years later, it was a rainy afternoon when Jack pulled into Tulsa again. The diner was lit up with twinkle lights. Balloons floated by the door, and there she stood, not in a tattered wedding dress, in a crisp blue one, hair braided, eyes shining. Isabella ran to him, laughing and crying all at once. "Jack, I did it." He blinked. "Did what, kiddo?" "I graduated," she said, breathless. "College, full scholarship, social work degree. I'm going to help girls like me. Girls who think no one will ever show up." Jack wiped his eyes. "Kid, I'm so damn proud of you." Then she reached in her pocket and pulled out a small, crumpled envelope. "Call TO Action. If this story touched your heart, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more emotional, dramatic, and inspiring tales."